Good morning. I hear lots of sirens. That sounds very bad. Very bad, like a big wreck. Hope everybody's okay. Hello, Herbie. All right, welcome, folks, to Super Sunday of January 19th, 2025, where we look at any beverage. Doesn't have to be alcohol. Could be chocolate milk. I could do Aldi 2% milk that I bought a little while ago. Here's Founder's Blonde Roast Golden Ale brewed with coffee. Coming in at what, 5.5? Yeah. Now, I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Beer Reviews. My friend David, he's banned for life, so he won't be joining. No, he has a schedule. I'm sorry, I'm just biting my shirt off. He has a schedule conflict. So Founder's Blonde Roast, 5.5% alcohol. There we go. I was eating turnip green. I made a salad out of turnip greens and it's stuck in my teeth. It's very tough. I mean, it's crunchy and good though, but the fibers will get in your teeth. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up the website. Founders Fall and Winter Variety Pack. It's probably got about less than 1 month ago, and they'll probably pull it off the shelves because then they're going to be, even though it's winter, they're going to be concentrating on the springtime. You know how that works. So anybody wants to join on in. $100 proof. That's a good one. Get ready though. Get ready for it. Don't sip too much. So cracking it open. These are only sold in cans, no bottles, I don't believe. And it's only in the variety pack. So it's a golden ale, blonde ale. Blonde clear. Looks a little bit like Boddington's pub ale. Although that is a nitro head. This is a white head. A clear beer? Clear beer? What is the world coming to? All right. Here's the... Oh, my nose is... Hold on just a second. I agree. It's a beautiful looking beer. Okay, here's the screen share part. And if anybody else joins, we'll try to show their product. Founders Variety Pack Fall Winter. Inviting as a cozy blanket. Oatmeal Stout, Vanilla Porter. 2 new offerings, Winter Bock, a smooth, rich dark lager, and Blonde Roast, a golden pale ale with a touch of lightly roasted coffee. There is something for everyone to make it through these changing seasons. Well, there you go. And I bought this in Metairie, Louisiana at Dorgnac's Food Center. Smells like mild coffee and some white bread crust. Taste, cheers. Oh yeah. The coffee's at the beginning, middle, and end of the sip. So it's infused with this coffee. It's not dark roast, strong dark roast. No. It's medium roast, if not lightly roasted coffee. So everything about this thing is light. well, except the alcohol and the calorie count. But no, I mean the flavor, the aroma, the appearance, the presentation. Crack it, pour it, love it. Golden ale brewed with coffee. I'm trying to see anything else they say on there. It's canned a good while back. Freshly brewed coffee aroma, vanilla notes. Maybe. Yeah, guess so. Not heavy. Good product. We don't get their beers here. I've never reviewed it. People ask me that often, like, have I reviewed such and such beer? And usually the case is that we don't get it, or it might be too expensive, in my opinion. But usually it's not that. It's because I can't get the product, although I would like to. Yeah, this is really enjoyable. And I think this is the last beer from the variety pack that I have left. I think the rest are gone. I think all the cans are gone. This is it. I showed all the Captain Morgan flavors, I believe. I have 4 cans left, but there was 3 cans each. So I can maybe do them on the alternative channel once a week, anti-war, do one of those live for 4 weeks till they're gone. It'll put a little age on the beers, but they should hold up 5.8, and they're not real old. The bitterness on this beer is low. It's not nothing, but it's low. I would say maybe 2 out of 5 hop cones. Sweetness. Yeah, a little. 2.5 out of 5 sugar cubes, let's call it. The coffee, 4 out of 5 lightly roasted coffee beans. And see, they're not showing brown beans, are they? They're showing tan or beige. See, so it's lightly roasted. If you don't like coffee, don't buy this beer because you ain't gonna like it. You would have to, common sense, enjoy coffee. Now, there's a famous coffee stout from Parish Brewing in Broussard, Louisiana. It's called Rêve. Rêve, that means dream in French. Rêve. And it is a dream. This one is a dream. And then when I was in Puerto Rico last week, yes, I did go to Puerto Rico. The only time I ever went to that country, probably the only time, you know what I mean? First and last time I ever go. I doubt I'd go back. If it was an hour away, I'd go. But I found a coffee stout there. And it's called Baraka Coffee Stout. And it was using a coffee from a company called Baraka Coffee. Excuse me, of Puerto Rico. And boy, it was another dream. So I had 3 coffee stouts, 3 winners. Have I ever had another coffee stout from any other company? Yes, I've had, or coffee beer in general. I have had some over the years, but I can't recall offhand what they were. Oh no, this is a blonde ale. Yeah, a classic regular beer course banquet. You're right, it is. So I don't know why it's making my nose do this, because I'm not sick and I don't have allergies. It's just that sometimes cold things will make my nose sniffly, and the cold weather does that. It's like mentholated. But anyhow, I hope y'all feeling well today. You're probably feeling better than the Detroit Lions are feeling. This is a team that is not going to ever make it to the Super Bowl. How are they going to make it to the Super Bowl? They only have a good team about once every 10 years. Then they get to the playoffs and they lose. They lose. They don't always lose the first game. There have been rare instances where they won one, and then they get to the NFC Championship and lose. You know, the last time Detroit won a championship was 1957. Now that confuses some people because people tell me, yeah, but that was before the Super Bowl. Doesn't matter. It was still a championship game. The Super Bowl was started as a matchup between two different leagues. They had the NFL, and then in 1960, a group of businessmen got together and started the American Football League. I was talking to John Anili about that when I visited him in 2018. He had never heard that story. He didn't realize that. And those two leagues didn't like each other and talking bad about each other. And but some people were saying, why don't you do like baseball and let your champions play each other in a World Series, although this is football, so you'd only have one game. And they start thinking about it, and they were like, well, that wouldn't be a bad idea. And then they got the idea that, heck, instead of doing that, why don't we just merge the two leagues together and make a single league with two conferences, American and National, from the two leagues. And then we could just combine our forces. Instead of fighting each other, we could become one super league and dominate professional football, which they did starting in 1970. 1970 is when they started. It was totally combined, and they were playing a combined schedule, and it was just all called the NFL, National Football League. But for 4 years before that, 66, 67, 68, 69 seasons, they still had the Super Bowl. The AFL played their schedule. NFL played theirs. They both had their playoffs. No interaction except for preseason games starting in 1967. Those don't count. And then the champion would play each other in the Super Bowl. Or as they called it back then, it wasn't called the Super Bowl. A lot of people don't know that. It was called the AFL, American Football League, NFL World Championship Game. The AFL NFL World Championship Game. And some people nicknamed it, or one guy nicknamed it the Super Bowl. And then all the news media started using that term as a nickname for it, the Super Bowl. And they decided, you know what? Let's just make it let's officially call it the Super Bowl. So it became the AFL NFL, no, what they call it, the Super Bowl, subtitled AFL NFL World Championship Game, and then finally just the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 5, Super Bowl 6, and so forth. All right, people didn't join in to hear the history of pro football. William Grimes says, go Texans. They did all right yesterday, but their kicker let them down. Missed a field goal, missed extra point. That's no good. Can't be doing that in the championship game. I mean, in the divisional playoffs. Bell's had a nice coffee milk stout. Abracadabra, I believe it was called. I remember that one now. I reviewed it. I remember now. We used to get a lot of Bell's beers around here. Then we would get a few Bell's beers down here. Now we basically get no Bell's beers down here. Only thing we really get is the Two Hearted Ale. That's it. It's a big seller. You see, but Two Hearted was always a big seller. Oh, I'm sorry. Now they call it Two Hearted IPA. Everything got to be an IPA. But when it first came out, it was called Two Hearted Ale. Just like Celebration was called Celebration Ale. Then they decided, oh no, it's an India Pale Ale. Oh, I mean, it always was, but they didn't call it. All right, so we went from a lot to some, and now one. Two Hearted. That's like a grocery store beer now. Winn-Dixie, Mathern's, Walmart. Not all, they got their own strange house brands. And except for Vernus Gruner, which is an actual brand that they just have an agreement to only sell it at Aldi in the USA. But that's not true, because there's also Holland what's it called? Holland 1739. That's a brand in Europe, but they sell it at all the. All right. Anyway, you're right. This 100 proof Southern Comfort is hitting quite nice. Not to get off topic. Don't worry about getting off topic. I just went on a long talk about professional football, which had nothing to do with beer. Is that all? Coming out of Michigan, or they have breweries elsewhere? Only Michigan, Comstock, Michigan. I just think that the parent company decided that they were wasting money and time sending out all these brands that would barely sell. You know, they were hitting us with that coffee beer you talked about, the Christmas ale, and I can't remember, all kinds. The stout, or that stout, and the brown ale, the one with I think it had a bird on it. And I think they just wouldn't really sell that well. They'd sell all right, but it probably costs more to send them down here than they were making money off of. Like the money they made was probably less than it cost to send them all the way down to the Gulf Coast. And they probably decided, man, only thing that they ever buy really in enough volume is the two-hearted. So their leadership probably said, just send them the two-hearted. Forget all the other stuff. We'll sell it around Michigan, and we ain't wasting money trying to make some big footprint in Louisiana, because it ain't happening. Because they don't care. Now, occasionally, maybe once a year, they'll have the double two-hearted at like Total Wine and More, and it'll be really expensive, and you could buy it if you want. And they had the Expedition Stout. 35th anniversary over there at Total Wine a few years ago, and it was an outrageous price, but I bought it. It was great, but I wouldn't make a habit of buying it. It's too expensive. Now, if I could get Claude to join from college, but it was great. Claude doesn't want to join. Oh, there he is. Exercise, Claude.
There you go. On the treadmill. On the treadmill. So I have a question for you, Mr. Ron. If you were on a desert island and you could only have one beverage and you knew you were going to be on this island a long time, what would that one beverage be?
I hate those kind of questions. No, the USFL, they had a chance as a spring league, but this idea to move to the fall was a fantasy. That was Donald Trump doing that. Yeah, it's cold here, but not so bad. Yes, he's fighting Ivan Drago. Claude's trainer died, and now he's going to fight Drago to get revenge. Oh no, Ivan killed his former adversary, and now he's going to get revenge. 50 in Pinehurst, North Carolina.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing. Nothing.
45 here.
Yeah. Colorado, it's -8 right now, and I don't know what it is in San Diego, probably 65.
Yeah, I don't know what the beer would be, Claude, honestly, but it wouldn't be.
No, that wasn't my question.
I don't know.
Well,
it wouldn't be this one. It wouldn't be this one, although I do like this beer.
So if you only had one drink to choose, one drink, I didn't say beer.
Water.
Desert island for years and years.
Water.
This is my drink of the day.
I would drink water because you have to have that to survive. So yeah, I'd drink water.
Oh yeah, was a leading question. I guess how much this cost in the airport?
$9.
$5.
Oh, what a deal, Claude! I got trapped.
What a deal!
I got trapped. Oh, is my audio louder than normal?
No, it's perfect.
Because I noticed that my audio setting for the output was very low, so I jumped it up higher.
It's excellent.
I got trapped in Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico, for an extra day.
Yeah, I don't want your travel agent. I posted that on the message board.
Yeah, I saw that. It had nothing to do with the travel agent. It had something to do with the SpaceX exploding. That's why the SpaceX exploded, and they couldn't travel through the debris field.
JV says, what happens when they bottle up all the water on the earth? They'll never be able to bottle up all the water on the earth. It's there's always water. You just got to dig deep enough for it.
It's not a problem, JV, because bottled water is nothing but tap water in a bottle, and people buy it because they think it's special.
Exactly. So you got to ask yourself, you ever see the marketing on these things? I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, they give to charity, and it's all about a cause, but mainly it's about you getting hosed and tricked. So anyway, when I was in Puerto Rico and I got trapped overnight at the airport, I just drank water out the water fountain. Water from a water fountain? Oh, that's poison. You're going to die. No. They wanted outrageous prices for bottled water, which I was not going to pay. And so I went to this coffee shop that was open 24 hours. There's only 2 stores at the Puerto Rico airport open 24 hours. And I said, can I get a cup? A paper cup. And she said, well, what do you want in the cup? You want coffee? Or I said, no, just the cup. And I'll go put water in it from the fountain. Oh, okay. She looked at me crazy, like, what? So she gave it to me. I don't care. She gave it to me. So but it was a miserable time, but oh well, I figured it would end, and it did.
You know what the trick is, Ron? I'm a runner, and we have water bottles. They're little plastic, not like a water bottle. They roll up. They're soft plastic, and you can roll them up, put it in your luggage. And when you go to that free water fountain in the airport, you can go through security, is my point. You can't take any liquids through, but you can take the container or the
empty bottle.
Yeah, it's like a roll-up container for camping or running. And you go to the fountain and you fill it up, and you don't have to be a dope and pen.
Right. I see some smart people going to the airport doing what I do.
Yeah.
They take an empty water bottle through the security. Security doesn't care.
Yep.
Then as soon as they get through, they go to the water fountain, fill it up with water.
Did you notice the new phenomenon in airports? You just took a trip. I just took a trip.
Cheers back to you.
Have you noticed people are playing their iPhones they're having conversations, or they're watching their Netflix movie with the speaker on? Have you noticed that?
No, but that would be very rude.
You're seeing it in airports now. People are having conversations with the speakerphone on, or they're playing a movie or something, so everybody else can share in it.
Why wouldn't they put earbuds in and keep it to themselves?
Well, how do you stop that? Who wants a confrontation in an airport, right?
Not me, but I can't stand that. And another thing I noticed, Claude. Oh, do you have any beverage today?
This is kind of what
Fiji. Oh, yeah. You want me to bring up the website?
They have an amazing webpage. You want to talk about marketing and how they can get $5 for a little 1 pint bottle? Go to go to Fiji.com or whatever it is.
Yeah.
What's their?
But yeah, the Puerto Rico airport was very limited. All the shops and restaurants closed at 8 o'clock at night. I wanted to go talk to the American Airlines people at the ticket counter. It was closed at 11 o'clock. They left. So I was like, I can't even talk. I went and sat outside. The airport was so cold. I went and sat outside where it was warm, 82 degrees. But finally at 10 minutes after 3, they showed up at the American Airline ticket counter, and I asked the man, can I get a different flight because I don't want to wait that long. I've already been stuck here overnight. He looked it up. He said, I would not do that because all the flights are totally full from Miami to New Orleans. He said, you may as well just fly to Philadelphia. So I had to fly all the way to Philadelphia from San Juan. And when I got to Philadelphia, I noticed that there was a much earlier flight. And I went and asked them, could I get on that plane? They said, it's full, but we'll put you on standby. And if somebody doesn't show up, you can get on. So all the people got on the plane, and there was one person did not show up. So they told me, you can go, get on the plane. I said, okay. So I got home about 4 hours earlier than I was supposed to. So 3 hours earlier.
Yeah,
so.
but 2 days late. later, right?
A day later, yeah, a day
Day
later.
later. Oh my God, you lost a day in your life.
I know, a day in my life. We're sitting at the airport, just sitting there.
Yeah.
But I couldn't help it. What could I do? You know, could have been worse. So I tried the food in Puerto Rico. And when I went to Philadelphia, there was an Italian restaurant that served New York style pizza.
Good.
And it wasn't just some prepackaged stuff. The lady, I said, "Is my pizza coming?" She said, "Yeah, but it's in the oven." So it came out the oven. And you know that New York style is like real
New York style is thin. When you break it in half, it makes that little crunchy snap. You put and it comes on a little sheet of wax paper, and you know it's New York City pizza because the grease goes down your.
It was very oily. It was very oily. And they put it in triangle shaped cardboard boxes. Yep. So I took those on the plane. I ate one while I was waiting in line, and then I ate the second one on the plane.
Made everyone hungry.
They had two flavors. They had the the airlines gave me a meal voucher. Ooh. American Airlines said, "Well, we'll give you a meal voucher." They gave me $24, which at the airport is you could buy like a candy bar, you know. But
he had one bottle of Fiji.
So I did buy a rip-off chicken sandwich in Puerto Rico. A chicken sandwich that's worth $4.99. They charge $13.50.
You can get a whole chicken at Costco for $4.99.
I know, so it was a total rip. But I was trapped. You know, when you're trapped, you deal with it. And then, but I got the pizza. I got pepperoni, and the second pizza was sausage, and it was very good. And I liked it. And I like the New York style. But I have to admit, I prefer the thin and crispy dough. You know, it's like a cracker.
Yeah. Oh, that's the St. Louis pizza or whatever, right? Yeah.
I don't know that, but
yeah, that cracker stuff, that's a Midwest pizza. Deep dish is Chicago, which you eat one slice, you don't have to eat for 2 days. And New York City, I'm a transplanted New Yorker, is the best pizza in the world. It's the one saving grace of New York City.
According to you.
Well, you know, I'm speaking the truth. All New Yorkers are adamant about their pizza. I mean, it's New York, New Jersey pizza is the best pizza in the world. There's no argument. We don't have to go on Meet the Press to discuss it.
Okay, all right. Well, I just told you I prefer thin and crispy. Yes, we're supposed to get snow, and we might get 5 inches. So we may get 5 inches of snow in Louisiana. I'm glad you like it, Wesley.
Coffee with bourbon cream. Wow.
Uh-oh. He's going to pour some bourbon in the bourbon cream. Uh-oh.
How do you guys do that in the morning? That's the one thing.
No, I just used the Falstaff beer profile pick because it was available and I thought it was kind of interesting. You know, it was an old brand we used to get. That's the only reason. No. Connecticut
has very good pizza. I'll agree, Burley. Connecticut has their own style of pizza. The Connecticut burn. It's got a little bit of the burn on the undercarriage and on the crust part. Connecticut has good pizza. I will acquiesce.
So yeah, we might get 5 inches of snow in Louisiana.
You found a page. Read the marketing on that. It's hysterical. It's just water, but they put this whole romantic Polynesian theme with it.
Yeah, and you got the 500 milliliter bottle.
Yes, 500 milliliter.
For only $5. What a deal!
$5, not bad, huh? What a deal.
Well, there's a sucker born every day, like they say.
Well, here's the thing: I don't want to drink the water that on the airplane because they never. The word is that those tanks are never cleaned.
Yeah, but Claude, they'll pour water from a carafe into a cup for you. You know that's bottled water. When I went on the airplane, they used Dasani or some other bottled water and they poured it into a cup. Okay, I drank coffee on the plane and I ate those those European cookies they give you.
Yeah, they're good. The butter cookies.
They're from Switzerland, I think Switzerland or somewhere. Okay.
Denmark.
Fiji water, I actually talked to a man that worked for Fiji Water Company, and he said every year, once or twice a year, he has to go to Fiji for business meetings.
What a good job.
Yeah, he goes to Fiji. Okay, here we go.
By the way, Ron, you and your audience have done a half a mile already. So you fulfilled your exercise for the day.
From the islands of Fiji, I already walked a mile and a half. 100% natural electrolytes, untouched by man, perfectly balanced, 7.7 pH. It's not too base and it's not too acidic. You want to read all this?
I can't. Let's see if I can discover let's see if I can enlarge my screen here. Yes, I can. Discover the journey from pristine clouds above Fiji to the ancient artisan aquifer deep beneath the surface. It's not just water, it's Fiji water. Look at those pictures. I mean, isn't American marketing wonderful? You can sell water. Can you imagine if you went back in the DeLorean to 1950 with your selling bottled water?
Right. And look what they say. Fiji sustainable ancient artisan aquifer.
It's all art. They're all ancient artisan aquifers, aren't they?
Since 1996.
Those are beautiful pictures, though.
And but what they don't tell you is that artesian water is a fancy word for well water.
Yeah.
So that's not exactly a rarity. That, you know, the tap water I get from my faucet in Louisiana is from a well in Rudock, Louisiana. So we get well water here. Big deal, you know. So but this is Fiji well water.
There you go. My water costs more than your beer, probably.
Right. See, Louisiana doesn't have all those mountains. We only have greenery, but not mountains. Puerto Rico had some low mountains, nothing like the Rockies, but you know, more like hills. But yeah, mountains, I guess technically. Yeah. Right. It's all about hype.
It is. It's all about hype. Sometimes it's about convenience. Sometimes I'll just take the empty bottle. Never. I'll take an empty bottle. I'll just refill it from the faucet, you know, just because the bottle is so handy. That's recycling.
I do that all the time. I use a water bottle. I would have kept filling my water bottle in Puerto Rico, but I lost it. It fell and I couldn't find it. Yes, I might do outside video in the snow, because snow in Louisiana, where I live, is rare. And if y'all go back on my channel, y'all see a video in 2017 where I tried to review a Bourbon County brand stout in the snow. As soon as I started the video, it slipped out my hand and hit the pavement and shattered.
Wow.
$10.99 destroyed.
Bacteria laden water.
Laden. Bacteria laden water. Oh yeah, JV, you gave up alcohol. You review it.
Yeah, I'll review it. It's delicious. I put it in the freezer for 10 minutes. It has a silky feel to it, which it's kind of, in a blind test, I don't know if I'd be able to tell the difference, but it tastes fresh. You ever get water that has an aftertaste? Florida. If you ever drank water in Florida, it tastes like sulfur. It's horrible. My water I live in part of the year in Colorado. We get the water right from the mountains to our local water system. The water there is like Coca-Cola out of the faucet. It's the best water in the world. I drink a lot of water. It's good.
How's California tap water?
We have a lot of filtering systems. I buy a lot of Costco bottled water actually in California. Our water out of our, and we pay, I asked Claudia this, even when we're not home, I pay $65 a month for water in California. For my my water sewer bill is $65 a month, even if I'm not there and not using any water.
The best thing about California water, I've noticed, is that it's very diverse. It's the most diverse water I've ever tried.
California, it depends
it's
where.
It's very inclusive. California water is very inclusive and diverse.
Yeah. You go to some of the like Borrego Springs, you go out in the desert and areas like that, and they have their own water systems and deep aquifers. And it's good. It just depends. Water can be very localized. California has plenty of water, by the way. All that nonsense you're seeing in LA, they have plenty of water. The question, it's all mismanaged.
And I noticed that when I would drink California tap water, I felt more in tune with the universe. I mean, it was really groovy. It was a groovy experience. And
are we allowed to use the word groovy? Isn't that banned in California now? Or
it was groovy, and then later it was gnarly, and then it was tubular. I just felt so I was on a wavelength. I was in touch with other people's auras.
I think your water, some magic mushrooms fell in your water, maybe.
I just felt like I was in tune with other people's auras. And after I would drink California water, I always had a craving for health food. I don't know why.
JV, I will have a beer later today. I got a 12-pack of Miller High Life bottles for $8.99. My absolute favorite go-to beer. You can't beat it for the price. Imagine 12 bottles of beer for almost $9, and one bottle of water in the airport is $5.
Guess what, Claude?
Sucker.
I'm not buying it. Okay. I haven't been to California in years, y'all. And that's probably why I'm so full of hate.
We need you. We need you there. We need common sense people moving back to California.
I probably would be a great governor.
Yeah. You going to bring your girlfriend too? What's her name? Taylor Swift?
Oh, no, that's ex-girlfriend. Sorry. But,
oh, you broke up again. I'm sorry.
There was no again. There was no. All right. Anyway, let's go to Founders Blonde Roast. I'm going to score this an A, 9.3 out of 10. It's most excellent. I love it. And I would buy it again, but unfortunately, it probably never come back. It was probably just a one-time thing for a variety pack. What do you score your Fiji water?
I always go, would I buy it again? Yes. Is it delicious? Yes. Is it way overpriced for suckers like me in airports? Absolutely. I'll give it a 90. I'll give it an A. It's 90 an A.
A minus, yeah.
A minus. I'll give it an A minus. It's the only thing stopping me. My only regret from giving it 100 is it's overpriced marketing is what you're paying for.
But if it was coming from a tap, it'd be 100.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think Louisiana Beer Reviews on Sunday wants to hear about my tap water in Pinehurst, North Carolina.
Yeah, not really. No, I said it. No. I don't think you got my point. I said if Fiji water was coming from a tap, it would be 100.
Yeah, I'd give it 100. My water in Colorado, I'd give 100 to. It's delicious.
Really?
Oh, it's icy cold. It has no aftertaste. You don't have to wait for the chlorine and fluorine to dissipate. It's you want just a good drink in the Colorado mountains, you go to a faucet and you just take it's just delicious.
Really?
Yeah.
I like my tap water, and we got 2 A scores in the last 2 years. We got 100 the year before last, and my tap water scored a 94 this past year on Louisiana Water Quality, Department of Environmental Quality.
California, John says California's good. That's the thing. California is gorgeous. It is the most beautiful state. It's got mountains, deserts. It's got the beach. It's got everything. The only trouble is it also has Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
I'm sounding like Dave now.
Gavin Newsom is the clone of Justin Trudeau. Did you know that? They're the same person cloned.
I'm praying that California has a revolution, that maybe those fires were the last straw.
Might happen.
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. This has never happened before. Rich people are mad in California now. They're the only one, you know.
It might put a new flag. It might have a new flag with a bear on it, and it says "Waking Up."
Yeah.
All right. You want to see any? You want to hear the schedule upcoming?
IPA on Wednesday.
Yes. Wednesday. You're right. You have a good memory. Wednesday is any India Pale Ale. Expensive, cheap, high alcohol, low alcohol, doesn't matter to me.
Wesley talks about Lagunitas, great beer company.
Yeah, so I'm not sure which one I'm going to bring, but I'll think about it. I have a few in the fridge. Then the next Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, is going to be double India Pale Ale. So we're going to do regular and then double. But you could bring a double both times because it would qualify.
Dale's makes a really good double. So yeah, double. Does I think does Ice? No, Ice House is a lager. What am I thinking of? One of those.
No. Ice House is an ale, but it's not an India Pale Ale.
Yeah.
Then let's see. Friday the 24th, Fandango Friday. Friday the 31st, Fandango Friday. And then we'll worry about February as it gets closer. I went to Aldi today to buy milk, and I looked at their beer selection. Same old thing, nothing new. So I just kept on going. If you want to see any show and tell, I can show it to you now.
Sure.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Sure. Here's one of the things while you're gone. I love going to those obscure little convenience stores. You know the ones, okay? And that's where you find your Colt 45s, your Natty Daddies, and you find some of those beers that you would never see in your supermarkets or regular liquor stores. I love those hard to find beers. Rolling Rock. Hard to find Rolling Rock lately. I don't know what's going on. That's a good one. But I love those obscure beers in the big tall cans or the big 40-ounce bottles. You can't find that usually in your regular liquor stores. Do they still make Dale's Pale Ale? Sure. Longmont, Colorado. Dale's is a classic. Dale's to me is called a pale ale, but to me it tastes like an IPA.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Bite. I don't know why it's called a pale ale. It's a biting. It's an IPA, really.
How you like my sweater?
I like it. Did you knit it?
I did not knit it. Okay.
How do you like my new hat? Best clothing in the world, Carhartt. Maybe you'll get them as a sponsor.
Yeah.
My new hat. Nothing better than a warm hat on a cold North Carolina morning. Still Reserve, terrible.
Nah, maybe the 8.1% is a little rough, but we get the 6% now.
I feel the same way about Modelo. I had one bad bottle on the show here months ago, and I'm not going to buy anymore. Maybe I just had a bad bottle, you know?
Yeah, because I drank a Modelo yesterday and I enjoyed it. Okay, Friday. But this lady I work with, she said, "Hey, I tried a Modelo the other day and it was horrible. That stuff was nasty." She said, "I bought a 6-pack. Would you like the other 5 bottles?" I said, "Sure." So, hey, maybe I'm wrong.
I got to give it another shot. Maybe sometime we'll do another Modelo year. Oh, look at that. The Buzzball.
Well, this is Slamsies.
Cookies and cream.
And this one is
Are they real alcohol or malted beverage?
You see this one?
Yeah, banana pudding. Oh, yum.
It's a grape wine with real cream, natural flavors in yellow number 5. This is a grape wine with real cream, natural flavors, and caramel color. I'm glad you said Buzzball because I was reading news. This company is being sued by Buzzball.
Really?
They filed a lawsuit against them for trademark infringement.
Where's the trademark infringement? I don't see it.
They said they made a product similar to Buzzball with a similar looking container. And Slamsies, of course, they said that's ridiculous. No one is going to see this and call it Buzzball. But then you saw it and called it Buzzball. So maybe.
And the question is, did they trademark is the bottle so unique that they trademarked it?
I don't know, but they filed federal lawsuit against Buzzball. They filed a federal lawsuit against Slamsies, and that other one. There's another one similar. So they got a lawsuit against both.
Wow, it's winning in trademark court. It's a very expensive, very long process, and most people lose.
Yeah, they tried to do that with Captain Marvel. What happened was when you remember Captain Marvel, Shazam, he would turn into Captain Marvel.
JV has a good question there about Stone Brewery. Did they ever win their lawsuit?
They did win it, and Coors had to pay them a lot of money. But they said they were going to appeal, so I don't know what happened to the appeal. A lot of times they'll win on appeal, you know. The company that lost will win on appeal, and the appeals court say, "Oh man, forget that. That's no trademark infringement."
You could be Donald Trump's attorney. Will he win on appeal?
I think he usually does. Okay, so anyway, we'll see what happens with the lawsuit. I'll try these this week probably.
Do you think when you flavor something like that, it's artificially flavored, obviously?
No natural flavors, it says.
You mean they actually cook bananas? They take real bananas, they cook them down.
I didn't say that. But you can go to the store and buy banana extract.
That's true.
It's made from bananas.
But what's in the extract? I'm sorry to be so meticulous here, but
just go read the bottle.
Yeah.
Go read the little bottle. It'll tell you the little container. I had somebody tell me that natural flavors are artificial, and I told the viewer, I said, "Do you know the difference between natural and artificial?" I said, "If not, you might want to check the Food and Drug Administration website, and they'll explain it to you. They're not the same. If you think natural and artificial is the same, you need to learn more. If they were the same, they'd have the same name."
I had someone the other day I met that they wanted to sell me a network marketing health products, $300 worth of health products and everything. And I said, well, I already have my health products. I have an apple. I have a banana. What's healthier than that? Something made in a machine and put in a pill in a container and then overpriced and I'm being like Fiji water. What's better than a natural piece of food?
Right. Talking about marketing, remember Amway?
Amway's still around, isn't it?
Yeah, they own a lot of other companies too.
Nutrilite was their vitamin. Used to sell a little container in the Stone Age for $30 of their little multiple vitamin. It didn't make sense to me then. It still doesn't.
Oh, well. Hey, if you can get somebody to go for it, let them go for it. I wouldn't be involved in something like that personally, but anyway.
One's born every minute, right?
Yeah. So that's what's coming up on my channel. Multi-level marketing, right. So that's it. That's what's coming up. I'm about to shut this off because I got a video I'm going to do with a naturally flavored pure sugar soda pop and a vodka.
Ooh.
So
I like soda.
The only soda pops I ever do is naturally sugar, is real cane sugar. I don't fool with the high fructose corn syrup.
What's better than a cold Dr. Pepper, icy cold Dr. Pepper out of the freezer in July?
A real cane sugar Dr. Pepper in July.
You like those Mexican beers are really hot right now because they use cane sugar. A Mexican Coke.
Yeah, real cane sugar, no high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah. Can you taste the difference?
Definitely.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Definitely.
thank you for indulging me, Mr. Ron.
You're welcome. And see you Wednesday for IPAs.
Yeah, and you got in an extra mile today, just to let you know.
Yeah, visually. Not. All right. Well, have a good day.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. Well, that brings us to the end. We are going to make Coke great again. We can get pure sugar soda pops in Louisiana. I found, you've heard of Grape Crush, Orange Crush, Grape Crush. I stumbled upon real cane sugar, Orange Crush, and Grape Crush, which I see Crush all the time. Any grocery store sells, they got 1,000 flavors, seem like. Even some vegetable flavors, apparently, like, I think there was something like dill pickle crush, something crazy like that. I wouldn't buy that. But I found Orange Crush made with real cane sugar and Grape Crush made with real cane sugar. And those are hard to find. And I found them, and I'm going to mix those with the vodkas that I have. And it's going to be a mix-up video. So keep your eyes peeled for a new series of mix-ups with. And then the third one I found was Abita's cream soda. Abita beer, the brewery Abita beer. I found Abita cream soda made with vanilla extract and real cane sugar. True story. So that's going to be great. So get ready for that excitement. All right. Well, y'all take care. And thanks for watching my channel. And have a great week. Bye-bye, everybody.